Hiya, my name's Charlie and welcome to my channel and welcome to my weekly reads. So this is where I just talk about some of the books I've been reading. This week's one's probably going to be a bit more of a nattier video because I haven't actually been reading much because some of you that all know I've been poorly this week. Me and my family have all tested positive for COVID this week, so none of us have been particularly well. We're all okay in the grand scheme of things, so you don't need to worry about us. Hopefully we'll test negative soon and everything can sort of go back to normal. So, yeah. But anyway, as a result, I haven't really been reading very much. I finished 2 books before I started feeling ill. So that was Lucy by the Sea. I finished last Saturday or Sunday, I think. And this is the 4th book in the Amgash series by Elizabeth Strout. I would recommend reading My Name is Lucy Barton and also O. William before reading Lucy by the Sea, but I don't think you need to read the short story collection personally. Yeah, I finished it. It was a good book. It wasn't my favourite. It was okay. I don't have strong feelings about it particularly. Well, I can't really remember a whole lot, obviously, because my brain is all fuzzy at the moment. I also listened to an audiobook, Infinite Country by Patrica Engel. This was one of my books on my diverse spine books that I picked. For those of you that don't know, I picked I'll link my goals video down below. Basically, at the beginning of, there's a book that's collated by Jamisa Harper and Jane Mount, and they have loads of book recommendations in it. And so I picked, at the beginning of the year, one of my goals was I picked 10 books from that like reading suggestions, and Infinite Country is one of those. So yeah, this is a book about 2 Colombian teenagers, Mauro and that fall sort of in their love story, and they travel and they sort of have a young family and they decide to travel to America. So it's sort of their sort of immigrant experience, and then I know that as well, and it obviously talks a lot about being an immigrant in sort of the early 2000s. I think it's sort of set in the late 1990s, early 2000s. This young couple that have come over to America that are very much in love, and then 9/11 happens in the book, and so not into a lot of detail or anything, but it shows how then the difference of how they're then treated and how everyone sort of starts turning on them. So that was quite interesting, I would say. Yeah, and I love, because it's on the front cover of this, there's like, on my front cover of the audiobook, there was like 3 creatures. I think there's a jaguar, a snake and a condor, I think, and those animals are woven into the story like as well. But it's a very short, it's on script, it's a very short audiobook, it's less than 5 hours. I think that probably the physical copy would be very short too. But yeah, it was a good book. It was, so yeah, I can see why loads of people talk about this book. I think this was a Reese's book club pick as once well at some point. So I will put I'll put a proper description of this book down below because I don't think I'm doing it very good justice, obviously. So yeah, the other 2 so I finished those books. Then obviously I've been poorly. I couldn't read at all from like Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Not Thursday, Friday. My brain is all bushy. Wednesday and Thursday I could not read at all. I kept on trying to listen to an audiobook because obviously we're all at home, we can't do anything. But obviously I was I think I was sleeping most of Wednesday and Thursday. I slept most of the day, like on and off or most of the day. And so I couldn't really read. We were watching Marple on telly, because we've got, like, as I said, we watched the show, and it took, this is what I was going to tell you guys. So those days, so there's each episode of Marple is like an hour and a half, and basically Wednesday and Thursday we watched the 2 episodes, but each episode of Marple basically felt like we were watching it for the whole day, because we'd watch like 10-15 minutes, then have a little sleep, then wake up, watch another 10-15 minutes, have another little sleep, and it felt like we were watching the episode for the whole entire day. So so I don't even really remember a whole lot of the plots for the ones we watched, but yeah, it just felt like it was like a big the longest episode of Marple ever. But yeah, so yeah, Marple kept us company Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday I did start to try and read. So I put my Get a Life cloak, because obviously I'm taking part in the Sister Along 2023 with a bunch of other brilliant, gorgeous ladies, which I'll link in the description. So we are reading Get a Life Chloe Brown together. I was hoping to read the physical copy of this, because last time I'd listened to the audiobook. Excuse me. But I can't, I'm struggling to read, like I said, so I thought, well, actually, you know, I'm going to be kind to myself and just re-listen to the audiobook. So that's how I'm consuming this. But I started listening to it yesterday and I felt like I was absorbing it, so I only listened to a little bit because, like I said, I'm still recovering. I'm going to take it slowly, but I will finish it by the end of this month, so / end of this, like, which is the next few days, because we've got into the 1st of February soon. But yeah, so I should still be on track to finish it. But yeah, it's the perfect comfort read, perfect comfort listen. I already know the story, so anything that you already know when you've been poorly kind of is a reread is always a good thing, really, I would say. So yeah, this is really wonderful. Lovely being back with her sisters Danny and Eve as well, and the little cat Smudge. So, and obviously Red, who is the love of Chloe Brown. So yeah, this is good. This is fun. And if you want to still join in and participate in the Sister Along, like I said, I'll put links into the my announcement video below, and all the creators, not the creators, also the co-hosts as well. I started this, as you saw, last week. I started this last week, so I had already made a chunk of the way through this. But like I said, I hadn't been able to read much, so I started reading it again yesterday. I only managed to read, I think I read like maybe 5 or 10 pages, because reading physically was a whole lot harder than listening to the audiobook. But I have managed to read a little bit more, like I said. I read another bit this morning, so I'm finding it a bit easier to read today. So hopefully, again, this will be finished in the next few days. I've only got not very much left. So this is for the the Literally Doris Along, being hosted by myself and Charles Heathcote, the author. We are having we're also doing a live show, so I'll put the links to that when that will be in the description as well, and as well as details where to buy Charlie's book. So yeah, all the details to the read along, etc. And again, this has been the perfect comfort read because I know the story already. I love the characters. Charlie's writing is brilliant. Charlie is got such wonderful, gentle humour, and everything he does is really good. So what can you say? So yes, I watched Dragrace this morning, which was good. I managed to watch the whole episode without falling asleep. That's not because of anything wrong with Dragrace, just because obviously I haven't been able to watch anything without falling asleep. I watched that with the kids this morning. My favourites were obviously the winner. I would say the correct person won. Lux won. So I agree with Lux winning. Lux's outfit was stunning. She just went on the stage and just looked gorgeous. I also thought Sasha was amazing. And I loved how her outfit kind of looked a little bit like a reference to her drag daughter from last year. And then, but the only thing was, I thought that the person that went home, Amethyst, should have 100% gone home. 100% I agree with that. But I don't think that Selena should have been in the bottom. I do think that Selena's lip sync was brilliant, and I really, really enjoyed it, because some of the lip syncs recently have been a little bit questionable, I would say. But I think that possibly that Spice or Aura should have been in the bottom this week for their outfits. I just thought that Selena's outfit was better than both of those two. Let me know what your thoughts are in the description. I didn't like the blanket, the duvet thing, but if that wouldn't have been positioned how it was when you first saw it, I think that she put more work into her outfit and it was more successful than the other two girls that I just mentioned. That is my opinion. It'd be quite fun to talk to you guys about it if you guys have got any other thoughts if you watch Drag Race. Anyway, let me know how you guys have been this week. Let me know what you've been up to. Let me know what you've been reading. Send you guys lots of love. Goodbye.